He was there with me all the time, so he knew everything that happened. And I'm sure by now, if you're not on my story, to see all the receipts and everything that I posted, you need to go check it out, because I have too much evidences on this case. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have brought it online, right? I wouldn't have brought this online and said anything about it, but I was just waiting for this man. Because he's one of the few people that I respect in the industry, that I respected in the industry, that's past tense. And I was just waiting for him to come and say, everywhere red, I beg, just overlook for me. I'll be your guy. Just overlook for me. I was waiting for him because I had done that podcast since January 2. But I told them to, I held on with the release because they were actually going through, they were editing and all those things, and all the process, it was slow. But I was just waiting. Maybe I will see his message. He called my pastor, Pastor Bolaji, to beg me to give him, and I have receipts of the call. So Pastor Bolaji called me and said, Ubi called me and said that I should beg you to give him till December 31st to pay the money. And mind you, this thing that I stopped, when I watched this video today, I was amazed at how the heart of man is desperately wicked. I was amazed at how Ubi could lie easily. The way he was lying fluently and easily. I couldn't even believe my eyes. I won't lie to you. I put on for edge like this because he was fabricating things that never even happened. Ubi was saying that he was calling me to tell me about 10%. 10% that I have proof that I was at the GAC office, and GACs particularly told me that they were giving me discount, 10% discount for me to make a video and collaborate with them to promote their brand. And I posted the video on my story for you guys to see that there was actually a video that I did for GAC. And I posted the receipt, the conversation between me and the GAC representative. So I don't know where Ubi is coming from saying that I would promise him. How can I buy a car of 100 million and then give you 10.5 million? By the way, I'm not owing any money for those people saying, you took car on credit. I did not take the car on credit. Go and get your facts right and information right. I didn't take the car on credit. I dropped 50 million naira cash, and I was told that I can pick up the car, and I was doing Stand By You promo, so I couldn't just put all the funds down at once. So I told him, give me a space of 1 to 2 months. I'm going to drop the remaining 50 million. And then when I was doing my Stand By You promo, I felt like, well, let me just pay this money off. I dropped another 50 million straight up. So I don't understand where Ubi is coming from or what he's saying. I don't when I watched that video, I was when you feel like you should drag someone out of the video. But one thing I want to say is that when we all get to heaven, we go this matter, all of us go stand before God for judgment. Then they go come talk and they can't lie. How can you say that you called me? No, I cannot believe it. I can't believe Ubi was messaging me first time today. Since 31st that Pastor Bolaji begged me for Ubi. Ubi was just messaging me today for the first time because he saw that they posted the podcast on Twitter. And Ubi started to message me and threaten me. You want to spoil my name? I didn't even respond. I didn't even respond to him. I just let it go because I was amazed. I was amazed at the extent to which human beings will go to cover up their tracks. Like, you're just talking to me today after you told Pastor B to to plead for you to give you till 31st. I mean, it's funny because I would have left him. I kid you not. If Ubi had come to say, Baba, Omo, you get as it be, things rough for this side though, I would have left him. But you didn't say anything. You just kept quiet. You're owing. You just kept quiet. You are now bringing 10% up. Check my Instagram story. You're going to see all the receipts there. I had no business of such. And by the way, does it even make sense? Does it even make sense for me to be giving you 10%? Your deal is with GAC, not with me. Do you understand? If you want to take a 10% on a product that I'm buying for GAC, you go to GAC and you get your 10%. You don't come to me and lie in public. And it's unfortunate because Ubi used to be one of those people that I looked up to in the industry. And you know, I said this thing, there was a live I did, and I say all these people, gatekeepers, so-called gatekeepers that we worship in the industry, they are thieves. They are scams. A lot of them are scams. And beware of them. Is when you get closer to them. Because I mean, I used to send my song to Ubi. I want to drop this song. Go here, me and Ubi they threaten me. You get things. Yeah, I have a lot of things against you. I said, well, I have a clean heart. Whatever you have against me, please go and release it. I'm waiting for you here. And it will shock you that I've not even released half of what I have. But I'm not afraid of what you have to release. If he has anything to release, I mean, he should go ahead and drop it. I'm not afraid of anything, trust me. I'm not really afraid of blackmails or whatever he wants to do. But he actually does not even have anything, trust me. He actually does not have anything. So, let me check for my guy and see my guy that was there with me and live there with me. Suave, please send the request so that I can quickly send the request so that I can add you up. Suave, please send the request again because I need everyone to hear this. Yeah. Suave, welcome. This is my friend Suave that so traveled with me to Ghana and was there because Ubi lied blatantly that he went to Yanya and said, one of my guys called me, say one show day for 5K. Say, are you interested? Yanya can't say, oh yeah, Namel go do am. Say they can't ask me to. Please, Suave, can you tell us what happened? You were there, right? Can you please tell us what happened on that day?
Alpha, can you share? Yeah, so
right.
I just talk briefly. When say when you call me, say we they go Ghana, they ask you, say, waiting we won't go do for Ghana. You're like, you don't have any information yet, sir. I shall they come airport. So when we got to Ghana, I was still asking you that, ask this man now, waiting we they do for Ghana. And
no, it was Nyanya's birthday.
Nyanya's birthday, okay. It was Nyanya's birthday. That was what we were told. We were going to party with them. Mm-hmm. So let me just go straight to the day of the show. Then he called you that evening while we were recording. You know, we had this record session that night now. He called you that David don't the place they perform. He say make we come. You were a bit reluctant at first. You're like, you're
just
not going there.
Say it in his words, please. Don't say it in his words. Do you understand? Say what he said. Describe how he came down from the staircase and what he said.
Okay, so he came down and he was like, maybe they go the party. Say David don't they there, and you were like, you know, it was like you should come and go and perform. You're like, you're not performing. But they did not discuss anything like performance with you from the. And it was like, David said, come, that he will pay you. No, you were like, if at all you're going to perform, there's no arrangement for performance in terms of money. He was like, okay, David said, come, that David will pay you for the performance. He will pay you and Inyanya for the performance. That you guys should just come and perform. Then he was talking about 5.
Pay us what?
5K, 5K dollars. They will pay. It was pay guys each 5K dollars. Then
so what did I do?
Then? accept 5K dollars. That you don't. That's not what you charge. That if at all that you need to talk to your management. That was what you first said. That you needed to talk about, and then you get back to him. And you get back to him. Then we went upstairs. We went upstairs, and after a while, he just called out that we should go. You know that David is waiting for us. And you call it, tell me, say, you know, even ask you, say, waiting be the outcome of what you discussed with your management. Yeah. But I was like, we see, waiting. So on getting there, David really perform. No, when we first got there, we chilled, and then they called David. Me, I used to. So you didn't know yourself from the look of it. You've been sitting down. So after they come announce, come on stage. After they can't announce say you they come on stage. You're like, I never conclude with this. Why? Me, I can't tell you. Say, see, as they don't call you, basically David don't perform already. Make you look like you want to do anything. Go perform. They went to perform, just performed, and then we came back. When Yaya was performing, that was about the time David
left.
Yeah, that was about the time David left. Because when you're done performing, David left.
So when Yaya finished performing, we left.
No,
and we left in the Uber. We left in the Uber that saying collect one Uber guy with the drive us. So when Yaya finished performing, just summarize it. What happened? I just really want to get to the point where I kept facing him.
He been say make we go meet David so that we will money where he say he go pay. So go meet David. He say David, say may we go. Say now where you go, he collect the money from David. So as we got there, as we got there, you become talk say you don't want to go upstairs. Say may we dey inside car. Make we go finish deal with David or bring money come make us. So on getting to the car, I mean, we were in the car. Then Ubi came back, and then we drove to the apartment. So I left you guys downstairs. I went upstairs. Then you came back upstairs after a while. You were like, how far? This man don't go upstairs. Okay. Then me, I asked.
As we enter the place, as I enter bathroom, say make I use bathroom. Now you'll be wrong, go up.
You said came to meet me in my room. You were like, this man.
I asked Nyanya, I said, because Nyanya was eating then. Me and him, we did the sitting room, we did try chop. I asked him, say, where Ubi now? Me and him get unfinished business. He say, be like, say, in go up. I called Ubi, and Ubi was saying, he told me categorically that he was coming down, that he was going to come down, that he has not gone up to sleep. So you can continue.
Sha, after the whole parole, that night, you made me understand that you don't even see Ubi again after as we come back from the. Till we left, we were supposed to catch flights we're supposed to be at the airport by 6. We woke up 6. You can woke up very late. Dash go airport. You didn't hear anything from him till I think when we got to the airport, now message our asked that where you contact say with the airport. You message him and ask him how far the money. I think you asked him after the money, but subsequent time you're always giving me the update that how far this. I'll be like, every time you ask him, you always tell me that he says that you should give him time. It got to a point that he had to be talking to Kunle. That one. When you and Kunle call me, that Ubi just now Kunle Ubi talk now. And you don't call and they reply, say that, but you need to Kunle.
The annoying thing for me is the fact that he made a video and he categorically did not mention that he told me that it was David say make una come perform. Me and Yaya, because remember we were recording a song with this one girl from Ghana that was trying the lady that was trying to write a verse. What'd you say?
He said David said you guys should come, that he's going to pay you guys 5K.
I call him conside. I say, Baba, me, I know they charge 5K at all. And even if I won't do any performance, my management has to know about it. So when I saw that video, imagine my anger when he did not even mention anything about David. He didn't even say anything. And you say one of his guys call him, bro, you get conscience now. You go they lie like I feel catch the lie like fly. Like it was too real, like too obvious. What kind of lie is that? I don't
But but,
understand.
but when he spoke to Pastor B, did he mention anything about 10? He didn't mention anything about 10% to Pastor B now.
He
The
didn't
only
even tell Pastor B about anything 10%. There was no conversation about 10% between me and Ubi. Not once, and God is my witness. Not once did we have any conversation. When I told him that I was going to get the car, I didn't have a contact with the GAC rep, the person that was representing GAC. I didn't have a direct contact. So I told him I knew as of then that he had the contact. So I said, I beg, connect me, or I won't buy this car. He said, I ain't go follow them. I say, I beg, may they give me better discounts. I don't even want to start to go into deep, start saying a lot of things so that I don't even unravel things that concerns other people. But it's just really very shocking. And Ubi, I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to keep saying it again. You're a scam, and you need to change your ways. You need to change your ways. Even as I posted this thing today, a lot of people have come to my DM to report him and bring the guy that very dark man called out. Still came to my DM and said Ubi paid. I don't know if he said he paid 1 million out of the 10 million or whatever, and blocked him. I have the video. I posted it on my story. I told him that I'm going to reach out to some people and send the video to them. That's the particular guy that very dark man was fighting for us at then. He blocked the guy. And the guy is saying that his brother can still see Ubi's DP. But Ubi has blocked him. So it's crazy. It's today I saw lie in real life. I saw lie like in real life. And this man, you need to change your ways. Trust me. I've known David since 2018 when he jumped on my Funke remix. Right? And when David waiting at the talk before I don't lose my chain of thought. I've known David since 2018, and I've never known him to, how do I even explain this? When we been talk say now David call us come show. I told him, let me go and meet David. I said, make I go meet David, collect my money. I can show you the chat. I even said, check my story. I said, let me go and ask David for the money. Ubi said, no. I should not bother to go and meet David. That David doesn't know anything about the show. He doesn't know. And I'm like, I was surprised. And I'm like, David doesn't know anything about the show. How come? You told us that David, because the reason why I'm sure Inyanya even went there, or myself even went there, David and I were supposed to shoot a video because I was promoting Stand By You. So David said the whole place was crowded. He said the place was crowded and that I should, who is this? He said the whole place was crowded and that I should come back in the evening because we were at his hotel then in Ghana, and there was a lot of people. We were all eating. He was playing his album. We were vibing, So he said I should come back in the evening. So when David said we should come and do an event, that was even not what was in my own head. My own head was that, okay, make I go there. So I link up with David. We run the video where I want to, and then we move on from there. As I got there, this guy. Anyways, there's no point nailing it on the head again. But make Ubi just know say, I'm ready for this dragging. We will drag this thing till Jesus come. And all I need, all I want is for you to acknowledge that you've wronged me and take responsibility. That's all. Just take responsibility for what you've done. It's not hard. I've given you enough evidence. I don't know how you're staring at evidences in your front, and you are still lying. You are still suggesting that it was something else that happened. When my partner called me and he called Ubi and he was shocked that his head was just hot at what Ubi was saying. I said it has gotten to a point where he's lying, and he has come to a point where he's believing his own lies. So without Suave,
Oh,
thanks for helping clarify
oh,
things.
Allah.
And I'm glad that I had a witness. If I had gone alone, because I was even he said that it was just one space on the jet. I traveled with my management, but as at the time my manager was not available, so I called you and said let's go. So thank you for clearing the air. I appreciate that. God
No,
bless you,
no,
and
Allah.
you
No, Allah.
we
All
could
right, man.
relate later.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, so we could relate later. So you see, someone is talking about. I said someone talk about polo. So the polo matter, anyways. Make we know to talk much. Polo is my boss. He was my boss, and he will always be my boss. And I appreciate all what Polo
Take,
did.
Abi,
What you talk?
if he take me out now, I think, all right.
All right, all right. So I said a lot of things on the podcast, and which one of it was the Polo situation. And trust me, y'all know if you have been my fan for a long while, you know that I'm an appreciative person, and I appreciate Polo for putting me on. You know, Polo has good intent. He's a kind person and he's a good person. But like I said, I personally didn't feel like Polo knew much about the record label system as at then, because I'm not the type to I'm not the type to ask for much. So when we signed the contract, I didn't even ask for anything. I wasn't asking for. I had a small undercar that I was driving, so I didn't ask for anything for give me a car, give me a house. No, I was squatting. I was squatting I was squatting with Kunle in Yaba as at the time. So I didn't even ask for accommodation or anything. All I just wanted was for my music to be pushed. And I felt like, oh, Polo was in a place to help me push my music from what I saw. And to be honest with you, I didn't pray about it. I just felt like, when I saw it, I felt like, oh, this looks juicy. And then I signed the contract, and we were expecting that, oh, things were going to happen and all that. But I mean, it is what it is. I was there for 2 years. Um, I was in the label for 2 years, and Polo was not the the present type. Like he was never really present in the country. So I had to deal with the label executives, and I had to deal with the label workers. But big shout out to I call her my sister Mojia. Yeah, of the few in the label that put me on. I know she was really persistent about me traveling to the UK and traveling to Dubai. She was really persistent about me traveling. Even though I didn't have any song when I traveled to UK, it was just a mashup that I did. You can go browse it. It was a mashup, shape of you mashup. For those of you that really know me well, go browse it. For those of you that are interested in checking the facts, it was shape of you mashup that I did, and that was the only song that I performed there. So, but she was really, she really facilitated that travel, and but when I got there, what my eyes saw, well, I've said a little about it. I mean, I was stranded in London. I knew no one. That was my first time traveling. I was in the cold because I was told to leave the hotel room because the hotel room was just booked for one day, right? And I was kicked out, and I was on the street in Wembley. But because I had personality complex, I had what's the word? Inferior complex. I didn't know how to express myself, and I remember particularly that Captain Demuren was also in that show. I saw him, but I couldn't tell him my problem. Like I saw him, he was right there in the Wembley Hotel, but I couldn't tell him that, oh, I have no place to sleep. I have nothing, because I could not even just bring myself to talk. So I had to walk out of that place. And me, it was my first time in London. Now one grey shirt which Kunle give me, I wear. Cold fit. See, by the time Kunle arranged the Airbnb for me, and the lady gave me the key to open the place, the key was dropping from my hand like I had no grip. Like I had no grip. God is my witness on all these things that I'm saying to you. I had no grip on the key. My hand was, I didn't know what it was, but it was, I mean, they call it frostbite. Now I know, but back then I was just new to the system there. The cold was killing me, and I was there without no food. It was the woman that provided the Airbnb that now gave me food. I think she made one of the days that I had there. She made a banegusi for me. It was Kunle that called his sister that hooked me up with the Airbnb. The woman made a goosey and a bath. I can remember the water in the bathroom was so cold. To even bath for me was hard. To tell you how how clean, how to tell you how much I remember this experience. It was Wembley. I will never forget it. And I moved my flight forward. I moved my flight waiting this person talk. Now don't chop everybody. Make this one lift up the press money. All right. And, I had to move my flight forward, and I ran back to Lagos. That was my experience in London. So I don't know if Oga Polo knows about all these things, but I feel like if an artist is being taken outside the country, there should be proper plan, because I think the attention was really on the flavors and and the technos and the big artists that was there. And nobody even, no, till today, nobody even, said anything about, nobody made mention of anything about, how I fared, and nothing about that. But like I said, um, I didn't lie about anything I said on that podcast. And if you know, you can go verify it. And the reason why I can truth, I've suffered all these things for a long time, and I was being asked about my struggles, and I decided to talk about my struggles. So I'm not going to apologize to anybody for speaking about. I'm not stop reading comments. I'm not I'm not going to, what was I saying? I'm not going to apologize to anybody for speaking my truth. I was in that podcast speaking about things that were really painful for me, and yeah, that was it. So, like I said, I have no issues with Oga Polo. Me and Oga Polo just finished top. He just finished stuff for Canada last year. We did. I mean, it was fun. It was vibes. You know, we were always talking until even today when the podcast dropped. I called Oga Polo. I said, I hope you know that I have no issues here. So, all right. Thank you very much. God bless you guys. But as regards to this matter, we pin. I love you guys. And shout out Sportable. You still there. Bless you, my guy.